You want to use macOS, right? The operating system everyone says is smoother, more stable, and just better. Today, I'm going to do just that, without spending at least $1,000 on a new Mac. Instead, we're using this, a beast of a gaming PC that every gamer once lusted after. The only catch, it came out 15 years ago. Now getting macOS up and running on this old legend might not be so simple. Can this strange combination actually deliver a smooth, stable experience like a real Mac? Let's get started. And here it is, the gaming beast, the Dell Alienware Aurora R4. Released back in 2011, an era when people loved big bulky machines to showcase raw power. It came fully loaded with everything from a high-end gaming PC of its time. An AIO liquid cooler, an i7-3930K CPU with 6 cores and 12 threads, 16GB of DDR3 memory running in quad channel, and the legendary first generation GTX Titan with 6GB of VRAM. Despite all that hardware, Microsoft has officially left this machine behind by refusing to support Windows 11. But for me, things are never that boring. Today, we're giving it an unexpected new identity, something Apple definitely won't like. We're installing macOS on this 15-year-old monster. Lately, I've been experimenting with installing macOS on old Office PCs. Most of them actually work surprisingly well, aside from a few minor issues with Wi-Fi or audio since, well, they're obviously not Apple hardware. And this bulky Alienware is no exception. In fact, I think the biggest challenge is going to be this old Kepler-based GTX Titan. There's no guarantee Apple officially supports its drivers on macOS anymore. This is a pretty tough puzzle to solve, but that's exactly what makes this experiment so exciting. Can a 15-year-old top-tier gaming PC run macOS smoothly? Let's keep going to find out. Please note that I don't want to turn this video into a boring setup tutorial. If you want a deeper dive, feel free to check out my previous macOS installation videos. Okay, first we need Python to run some necessary tools. Next, I'm using OpenCore Simplify to check which macOS version fits this machine. The result is just as expected. The biggest hurdle is indeed the GTX Titan. Looking at the green text here, the compatible versions from High Sierra 10.13 all the way up to Big Sur 11. For newer releases from Monterey 12 to Sequoia 15, we'd have to intervene using OCLP or OpenCore Legacy Patcher. To start, I'm going with the safest and least troublesome option, macOS Big Sur 11. It's not so new that it requires Legacy Patcher, but not too old to enjoy the experience. And just like that, we have EFI folder. Next, I'll use OpenCore PKG to generate the macOS Big Sur recovery folder. Done. Now, for the bootable USB, using Rufus to convert it to GPT and FAT32 partition standards. Copy the EFI and recovery folders to the USB. That wraps up all the prep work. Alright, let's install macOS Big Sur onto this 15-year-old gaming monster. This isn't my first time seeing lines of code scrolling frantically across the screen, but it never stops being nerve-wracking. I still have no idea if macOS is actually going to cooperate with this machine. Awesome, we've got the Apple logo, that's half the battle won. At least this 15-year-old gaming beast can actually reach the macOS installer. Select the language, choose the drive, and install. All that's left to do now is wait and pray that nothing crashes. And boom, we're at the macOS boot screen. Incredible, it actually worked. Let's breeze through the initial setup steps real quick and done. Welcome to macOS Big Sur on a 15-year-old Dell Alienware gaming PC. Look at this, all the hardware info is reporting correctly and even the GTX Titan is fully working. Everything feels ridiculously smooth. Every single Genie minimization effect runs without a hint of lag. A very promising start. To be honest, I didn't expect a first-gen Titan with that legacy Kepler architecture to play this nicely with macOS right out of the box. I fully expected us to fight through a whole mess of driver issues, but maybe today is just my lucky day. Alright, let's see what this old gaming PC can really do with macOS Big Sur. We've got a bunch of default Apple apps here. Let's try Safari first. Let's head over to Reddit. Wait a minute, something's not right. The page opened fast, but no new content is loading. I'm stuck right here. It just refuses to render anything else. That's annoying. It looks like this Safari version is pretty outdated. Let me check if there's an update available. Wait, what's that? macOS Sequoia? Can this 15-year-old machine be upgraded to a Sequoia? That's interesting, but let's save that for later. For now, I need to update Safari first. Alright, back to Reddit. There we go. Smooth as butter, everything loads instantly. Now onto YouTube, videos play flawlessly at 1080p. Bumping it up to 4K, still smooth as ever. I even opened a bunch of extra YouTube tabs, and this rig handles it effortlessly without a single sign of lag. The entire UI remains completely fluid. It actually makes sense. Even though this setup is old, the raw performance of a 6-core CPU paired with 16GB of RAM and a GTX Titan is no joke. But we're having a little trouble. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and even the audio are completely non-functional on this machine. That's a typical problem with Hackintosh. It's difficult to fully enjoy macOS on non-Apple hardware. But overall, everything is fine, so let's keep going. So how's the gaming experience on macOS with a PC that was once a top-tier gaming machine? Let's start with Minecraft. With these specs, I feel pretty confident picking the latest version, 26.2. Awesome, the game launches right up. On the default fancy settings, we're easily hitting over 300 FPS most of the time. Super smooth, stable, and zero lag. I decided to crank the settings all the way up to max with a 32 chunk render distance. This rig still handles it like a champ, delivering a comfortable experience hovering around 100 FPS. Alright, so Minecraft is definitely no sweat for this machine. It runs pretty well on macOS Big Sur. Now, what about Steam? What games can we actually play here? Let's get Steam installed. Wait a minute, there's a warning right here indicating Big Sur is starting to show its age. Steam is about to drop support for it soon. I'd better make the most of it while it's still working. But then I remembered this is macOS and it's definitely not made for gaming. The vast majority of Steam games here are only available on Windows. Still, I want to test out a few playable titles just to see what kind of performance this old gaming PC can deliver under macOS Big Sur. Starting with Tomb Raider, since I don't have any existing save files on Mac, I ran the in-game benchmark instead. The results are pretty solid, averaging around 160 FPS. Moving over to CS2, while we're out of luck, CS2 doesn't support macOS at all. Only CSGO is playable here. Cyberpunk also refused to cooperate, claiming Big Sur is obsolete. It literally requires macOS 15.5 just to launch. So yeah, that's that. Playing Steam games on macOS might not be such a great idea after all. On top of that, I couldn't even install Chrome on Big Sur. It requires macOS 12 at minimum. It's the exact same story with VS Code and DaVinci Resolve. And quite a few other apps no longer support Big Sur either. Now, I'm getting really curious about that software update window from earlier. Can this machine actually update all the way to macOS Sequoia? There is only one way to find the answer. I held my breath and clicked Update Now, hoping everything goes smoothly. It took a whole half hour just to download the update. Awesome, here it is, macOS Sequoia. Now for the moment of truth, man, it swallowed another full hours just preparing the installation. Finally, it's done. Now time to restart and install Sequoia. Once again, that terrifying pile of code is running wildly across the screen. Come on, keep going. Here it is, Sequoia has booted up. But man, everything on screen looks terrible. Low resolution and the desktop wallpaper won't even load. Yep. Sequoia has zero native driver support for the GTX Titan. We already knew that at the beginning of the video. Now we need to use OpenCore Legacy Patcher to patch the driver for the GTX Titan. There we go, Legacy Patcher detected the Titan's NVIDIA Kepler GPU. Let's run it. Done. Now, time to restart. And boom! Welcome to macOS Sequoia. Thanks to Legacy Patcher, everything is reporting accurately and working flawlessly. 6-core i7 CPU, 16GB of RAM, and the GTX Titan. Incredible. So I've successfully installed macOS Sequoia on a 15-year-old gaming PC. Is there anything else cool you want me to test on this machine? Drop a comment down below.